Leticia Ordaz on this Monday.
And I'm Teo Torres. So here at home, fog's starting to roll in after the rainstorms we saw yesterday. It was pretty intense.
It was.
Now let's go to meteorologist Tamara Berg for a look now at the forecast. How widespread is this fog?
You know, the fog is starting to come together. It's patchy for the most part, but you can definitely see here, especially around Sacramento County and even here into parts of Yolo County as we look at the Sutter Health Skycam, that there is just definitely a drop off in visibility as you try to look across the Tower Bridge and at our downtown skyline. So we have patchy fog out there right now. North wind is light, if not just faint, as it's under 10 miles per hour. It is a cool morning underneath that layer of fog with temperatures in the upper 50s. As we move along, as the sun comes up in the next 1 hour, we're looking at temperatures still holding in the 50s. We'll have sunshine and a light north breeze. We'll get into the mid and upper 70s today across the valley. You'll notice that even on the visibility gauges, kind of struggling right now to get a good gauge around Sacramento, but you could clearly see from that vantage point from the ballpark looking into downtown, you are going to have some drop-offs in visibility, especially if your morning commute takes you, let's say, from Elk Grove into downtown. You'll start to see some of those drops in visibility. Some of the worst fog here is around Sonoma County, and I've got a few patches starting to play out there around parts of Truckee. So of course we had the rainfall during the day yesterday, some heavy downpours for some of you. Now that rain is moving off to the south and east of our area, and in the wake of it, we're going to start to notice a bit more of a north breeze come downstream. We're starting to feel that north wind in Modesto at 10 miles per hour. Coming up in my full forecast, I'll show you how these winds will play out, how it'll help to eradicate some of the fog eventually, and show you what's ahead for the rest of the work week in just a little bit. 6:02 is your time. Good morning, Brian. What are you watching on the roads?
Morning, Tamara. Taking a look at Interstate 80 right now. We've got no issues coming in from the Rockland-Roseville area. Highway 50 also looking good. Had a little crash earlier on the surface streets, but not on the freeway. 5 and 99 also looking good coming up from the Elk Grove area with no delays westbound Interstate 80. You're right onto the causeway. That's the only slowdown there. Southbound 99 right now, just before Mariposa Road. We've got a crash there. No further details on that. That's on the southbound side of 99. Meanwhile, I-5's looking good through the Stockton area and the Crosstown Freeway. No problems to report on the Crosstown or Highway 4 westbound heading out beyond Stockton. Looking good there. 99 quarter right now at 14 minutes. 132 right in Casson Road. They had a crash there, a vehicle on its side. And then at 580, another crash there. They're working to causing a little bit of a slowdown. They're on northbound I-5 at 580. Again, a little bit of a delay. Here in Sacramento, 10 minutes on Highway 50, 9 minutes on Interstate 80, 5 and 99, both an 11-minute ride out of Elk Grove. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much. Well, all lanes of Business 80 finally back open again after this accident. Happened just before 11 o'clock last night on the westbound lanes just before E Street. As you can see, one car ended up on top of the center divide, both vehicles suffering a lot of damage. At least one of the drivers had to be rushed to the hospital. Highway Patrol has not released any specific information other than that. 6:03 now, new this morning, Stockton firefighters took on a fire in a neighborhood near the University of the Pacific. Broke out early this morning on Picardo Circle, that's just east of I-5 and Brookside Road. Here's a picture sent to us from a viewer of the firefight there. You can see several fire engines on scene. We're working now to get more details on what burned and if anyone may have been hurt.
Rain season has arrived and some areas saw heavy downpours that caused some roadway flooding. Good thing Flood Preparedness Week has begun. KCRA3's Melanie Wingo is live along the Sacramento River on what's being done to make sure everyone is ready for rain.
Well, here along the Sacramento River, we have seen high water and flooding before, and with all of the rain we saw over the weekend, it is a good reminder that the rainy season is on its way to Northern California. Both local and state leaders reminding people that now is the time to prepare for wet weather. It is Flood Preparedness Week in California, and state leaders are saying that all Californians should be aware, be prepared, and take action. Over the weekend, the city of Sacramento hosted an event letting people know a similar message.
I think the main thing here is to be aware that, Sacramento is in a low elevation, so we're subject to flood or, large storms on any given year. So whether it's just being prepared, learning about flood insurance, learning about how to build emergency kits, I think the main thing is just for people to be aware, really.
Yeah, and as for those directives from emergency leaders, they say to be aware by knowing if your home is in a flood zone and pay attention to weather forecasts in the wet months. Prepare by having emergency kits and evacuation plans for your family and pets. Also take action, evacuate immediately if advised to do so by local authorities. And they also say it's a good idea to take a look at your flood insurance coverage plan now. Decide if you need more coverage or coverage, period. Also, it is California Flood Preparedness Week, and those emergency leaders in the state of California are hosting an event today to talk about some of their projects that help the area be prepared. And we're going to have more on that coming up in our next half hour. For now, reporting live in Sacramento, Melanie Wingo, KCRA 3 News.
Melanie, thank you. You can find out much more information on how to be prepared for flooding on our website, kcra.com.
Well, new this morning, Governor Newsom is across the Pacific taking part in a roundtable talking climate change.
KCRA 3's Aaron Heff joins us now in the newsroom with more on what he had to say this morning in Hong Kong. Aaron, good morning.
Good morning. Newsom currently in Hong Kong is helping deploy an all-electric bus fleet. This while also working to set mutual commitments to climate goals with China. And this is just the beginning of Newsom's trip. He's slated to continue on to Beijing, Shanghai, and several other provinces. His time in China also spent touring offshore wind facilities and wetland preserves. This trip not only for climate goal setting, it's also to strengthen cultural ties. This after China suspended climate and other talks with the U.S. back in August of last year. Those talks, though, did resume 3 months later. This trip overall is to strengthen bonds while also aiming to aid in climate plans.
This space provides some optimism. With all that stacking of stress, this space around what you can do to create space and how you can advance these efforts, to me, just fills me with a great sense of well-being.
Linking this global trip back to the state, California has passed some of the world's most aggressive climate goals and has already signed dozens of climate agreements with subnational governments. Teo, back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Aaron. The governor's trip to China follows a brief visit to Israel Friday, where he met with those impacted by the violence in the region. The White House has yet to comment on Governor Newsom's trip.
Now the war in Israel, the governor has made a stop there this week, and this morning another round of bombing pounded Gaza.
Mike Cherry joins us in studio now on those overnight developments.
So the State Department has ordered non-essential U.S. diplomats and their families in Iraq to leave because of a growing risk. Meanwhile, there's increasing concern about the war spreading across the northern borders with Lebanon. Now overnight, the Israel Defense Forces say it struck 320 of what it calls terror targets in Gaza. You can see that heavy smoke there still rising from those strikes over the morning. This comes after a small aid ship was allowed into the territory. Israel says it is stepping up airstrikes in order to reduce the risk to troops as it prepares to launch a ground offensive. And check out this video right here from Tokyo. It's the arrival of a Japanese Self-Defense Forces transport plane that are carrying evacuees from Israel. There were 83 passengers on board, 60 of them Japanese, the rest Korean or other nationalities. Meanwhile, the push continues to free hostages in Gaza. And this morning on Today, Secretary of State Antony Blinken talks about the first release and what's being done to secure more.
We don't know why Hamas chose to release Natalie and Judith first. And I use the word first advisedly because, again, we're hopeful that more follow. I can't speak to that. What I can speak to is our incessant efforts from day one to try to get people home, to try to get them out of Gaza, back with their families and loved ones. That is continuing as we speak. This is something we're engaged in virtually round the clock.
And you can hear much more from Secretary Blinken and the latest on the fighting. That's ahead on the Today Show coming up at 11. We'll also keep you updated throughout the day on KCRA.com. Teo?
All right, Mike, thank you. Well, happening today at the State Capitol building, Jewish community leaders will join Sacramento Mayor Darrell Steinberg in a vigil. They will call for Hamas to release the hostages abducted during the attack against Israel. It will happen on the West Steps at 4 this afternoon. Happening today, Attorney General Rob Bonta will join the mayor of Irvine for a roundtable discussing hate crime. It's part of a discussion on efforts at the state and local level to combat hate crime in our state. The Attorney General's office says there was a 20% increase in reported hate crime events last year, and they say that does not include hate incidents, which could still leave lasting impacts on people and communities. That roundtable gets underway at 1 p.m.
Happening today, the Yolo County Board of Supervisors will formally swear in their newest supervisor. Dr. Vixie Sandy was appointed by Governor Newsom to the District 3 seat that was held by her late husband, Gary Sandy. She's been serving as the executive director of the California Commission on Teacher Credentialing, a position she plans to keep. The board will make her the first woman to represent the 3rd District in Yolo County. A ceremony gets underway at the County Administration Building in Woodland at 4:30 this afternoon.